issues with lag. I know it's a little bumpy. We got new tires on the car. So we're back to being bumpy. They actually have air in them and stuff. You know, like tires should. So it rides a little rougher than normal. Well, riding a little rougher is probably the normal. But anyway. Good morning, Lucky Minutes. What is up with you? We have to talk soon for plans, but I'm probably not going to be doing that until after the first of the year when I have time to breathe. But anyway, since I am not quite monetized yet, I'm leaving the radio play a little bit. It's playing in the background and it's very softly, and it was playing when I started the live just because I want to see what happens. I have 878 subscribers. Hey Mike, good morning. Hey, that looks like my car. I have 878 subscribers as of now, or at least a minute ago when I checked, which means I have blown past my 500 subscribers and I'm getting close to my 1,000, which means also that I need to get my butt in gear. So, after Thanksgiving, I will have a week or two of calm, relative calm, where I don't have sun up to well past sundown work to do. And I'm going to make a plan for some live streams with some scheduling. And look and see events. I know there are parades happening. There are parades happening, but I don't think I'm going to be able to go to them. I would love to be able to go to them and do lives from the parades. I'm sorry I'm not paying attention to chat right now, but there's a lot of obstacles on this road, so pay attention to what I'm doing or where I'm going. We are in a little neighborhood called Oakhurst, which part of it has addresses of Decatur, part of it has addresses of Atlanta. It varies. I used to have a client that half of her house, like the front yard was in Decatur and the backyard was in Atlanta, and she had to pay taxes for both. She didn't stay there very long. What are you cooking? I need to figure out when I'm gonna cook. We ordered a honey-baked ham we ordered a turkey breast from Honey Baked Ham Company. I'm not awake at all. I've not been able to sleep nearly as much as I should. But so we have that. Last week, I made and froze some apple pie filling. I get the Misfits Market box, which is really cool, but sometimes you have to use stuff up right away, and it came with 5 Granny Smith apples, so of course my mind went straight to pie filling. So I took that out of the freezer last night, and either tonight or tomorrow I will get the pies ready to bake. I get off pretty early today, so I may be doing it tonight. We'll see. Now we are in the East Lake community area. Atlanta is comprised of a bunch of little neighborhoods that aren't really cities. Like we have an area called Buckhead, which is pretty much what you guys end up seeing on TV on these stupid reality shows. Nobody goes to Buckhead. Buckhead is a crazy place. But it is not a city. It is actually a city of Atlanta. There is a city of Buckhead out in the middle of nowhere about an hour east of here. So sometimes people get confused when they're not from around here. You see that giant tree over there on the left? Trees fall down here all the time. I do feel like I'm bouncing around. I'm definitely doing the rambles today. some eggs, but I think most of those are gone because people got into them. So I might have to boil some more. But I have to make pumpkin pie, apple pie. He wants jalapeno cornbread, so I gotta make that. Baked mac and cheese. I found this baked mac and cheese recipe. It better be good because it's expensive. And we'll make that. Most of what I'm doing can be made ahead of time and then just stuck in the oven on that day. Luckily, because my company, the tech support, decided to schedule me from 1 to 10 on Thanksgiving Day. And I don't understand that. And I really, like, the boss man sent out an email yesterday about how he appreciates us and thanks us and he's thankful for blah, blah. And I wanted to reply back to him so bad. You really sure don't show your appreciation or your thankfulness scheduling us 1 to 10 on Thanksgiving Day. Because if I was going somewhere to visit family, like locally, I wouldn't be able to because it's the entire day. So I need to not rant about that anymore. I am on my way to go get donuts. I'm doing my cat visits, but I decided today that I wanted donuts because I need more sugar. My ramblings and my coffee. Whoa, dude. Somewhere up here, there is a Dunkin' Donuts. Which, while we have this local place called Revolution Donuts, which is much better than, the chain Dunkin' Donuts because they're real handmade donuts. I choose sometimes to go to Dunkin' Donuts. Yeah, the trees are pretty. They did get some color this year. What I miss, like where I come from, we have sugar maples, and I don't think you have those in Houston. We have sugar, because we don't have them here for the most part. We have sugar maples and poplars, and they change some of the prettiest reds and yellows and oranges. And I do miss that. We are driving towards Atlanta. I think this is the first time I've taken you guys this far into Atlanta. Oh, I know what I wanted to do, just because I want to talk about pronunciations. I'm thinking about starting an English speakers podcast, for speakers of other languages so they can learn how to pronounce things and etc. It's something I've always been interested in. I was actually going to become a teacher of English to speakers of other languages, but for some reason I did not do that. Anyway, there's one word in particular that gets me every time it's said because I'm from there, and that is Akron. Captain Akron. That is how you say his name. It is not Akron, it is not Akron, it is Akron. And I know it bugs me more than it does him, and it's his name. But that is one word. I don't know why. It's just like nails on chalkboard when I hear certain words pronounced wrong. And then there's the other word, acai. It's not it's a berry, and it's a Portuguese word. And it's not acai, it's not acai, it's acai. There's like bye, that kind of accent on it. I do speak a little Portuguese. I speak a lot less Portuguese than I used to because I've forgotten a lot of it. I don't use it as much anymore as I used to. But the AI with the accent at the end is like a A, not a I-E or I. It's a A. Hi. Like you're playing karate. Hi. And I think that those are all the words that I remember right now that people pronounce wrong. And hopefully I'm still streaming and didn't lag. How is the feed today, guys? Is it lagging at all? Because the only thing I see in my chat is frozen. The last thing I see is scrambled. It's how they always come out for me too, and it hasn't moved in a while. So it's possible I have lost my chat. This is the wonderful Streamlabs. Yay! Hopefully soon I won't have to worry about it anymore. I don't care about monetization. I just want to be able to stream. Most of what I want to do is streaming right now because I don't have time for what I really want to do, which is editing and all of that. But streaming on Streamlabs does not go well. And I can stream from my GoPro through my phone, but I can't do that yet until I have my 1,000 followers. So, pooh. Yeah, I think chat is frozen. I hope the feed is not frozen. I don't have another phone to check it, so I'm just going to keep rambling as if you guys are there. A lot of traffic this morning. Usually this time of the day there's not that much traffic because everybody's gone to work and the second wave of workers don't go in until a little bit later. We are just shortcutting over so we can go in the back side of the Dunkin' Donuts. If you go straight down here a little ways, just maybe half a mile if that, maybe quarter mile, you'll be in Little 5 Points, which it has a reputation of being an eclectic part of Atlanta, and at one time it was. However, with gentrification, I guess, I don't know. The last time I was in Little 5, it was mostly full of kids. Obviously from the suburbs, hassling the homeless people and I don't know. And the storefronts are a lot different than they used to be. We are in a road now that's called North Avenue. I cannot remember. Okay, no. Dunkin' Donuts is on Boulevard. Okay, we'll go that way. There's a bar up here on the left. They've recently redone the front of it. It's called Manuel's Tavern. Manuel's Tavern. Anyway, Jimmy Carter used to go there and play trivia. It's a very political bar, political hangout. There's a convenience store here on the left called Buddy's, which is very popular around here. We have weird things that are popular. But we are in what is commonly known as Virginia Highlands. Or Ponce Highlands, I'm sorry, Ponce Highlands. Virginia Highlands is a little more north. And we are coming down North Avenue towards town. The big tall building that you're about to see, that is the Bank of America building. Yes, either my thing froze or my chat froze. There's a pretty red tree. instead of continuing down Ponce, we came down this way because I didn't want to make the left. I think it might have been better to make the left, but oh well. This road runs parallel to Ponce, and it used to be better to take this road, but they've built a lot of stuff on it, and it's not as fast as it used to be. They added that stop sign back there, which was not helpful. We are in the city of Atlanta now. Well, we were for a minute, but this is officially the unofficial city of Atlanta, and the official. This Kroger right here is affectionately known as Murder Kroger. All the Krogers in Atlanta have nicknames. I will go over that momentarily. On the right at this light is Ponce City Market. It used to be an old Ford factory, or not a Ford factory. It used to be City Hall. It used to be a lot of things. There's a lot of history, and then the older building next to it. Is it the Ford factory? No, it's not the Ford factory. But I'm going to take you guys out so you can see it. So that is Ponce Highlands, or Ponce City Market. I can't talk today. Possibly should not have done this live thing. The history. Oh, and up that building up there on the right, there's Google Fiber has offices in there, or at least used to. I don't know if they're still there. But the Kroger story. All the Krogers in Atlanta have nicknames. If you Google Atlanta Kroger nicknames, you will see them all. Murder Kroger has its name for a reason. Obvious, pretty much. Most of the Krogers have obvious reasons for their nicknames. At one point, and we're in the old 4th Ward area right now. At one point, they tried to rebrand the Kroger. They remodeled it and tried to rebrand it, and everybody still called it Murder Kroger. They tried to give it another nickname so that we would stop calling it that. It just made us call it that more. And then, oh, that's right, it's on Jackson, okay. And then they tore it down and rebuilt it. And we still call it Murder Kroger. I don't remember exactly where the Dunkin' Donuts is, so we're going to go down here further and come back up. Because otherwise I would have to take the streaming off the phone and look at it. But it gives you guys a little tour, because I don't come down in here very often. And again, the big tall building is Bank of America. To its right, the other tall building. To the right, you see a condo building, and then the white building, tall building on the right is AT&T building, which you cannot see now. So I think I'm just going to come down here to show you guys, and then go back up, just so you guys can see. And I know I've gone way past where the Dunkin' Donuts is, so maybe we'll hit Krispy Kreme. I don't go to Krispy Kreme often. Yeah, we'll hit Krispy Kreme. I like its parking lot better. There's a Publix here on the left, which is the downtown Publix. It's kind of small. And you can see once we get moving again and the van is not, or whatever this is in front of me is not in the way, you'll see the Coca-Cola corporate headquarters. See, and there's Emory, which used to be Crawford Long Hospital. I don't know if you guys can see Coca-Cola headquarters straight ahead up there. I'm gonna get in trouble for doing that, so you guys gotta stay there. I can't do that anymore. I used to work down here, delivery, run around down here a lot. I kind of miss running around down here and knowing what's happening and going on in the area. But I don't miss delivering. Yep, chat definitely frozen. See, now you can see the Coca-Cola headquarters straight ahead and to the left. Now we're going back onto Ponce. The area where you see that white building that's sticking up and those other buildings that are sticking up to the left over there, that is considered Midtown. once we get north of Ponce, you're in Midtown. And there is apparently some filming going on down here. You saw that little yellow line with the TR, and that means filming. And Andrea, if you are still with me, lucky exchange. And there is Mary Mac's Tea Room, which is very famous, and I need to eat there one day before we move from here. And I am going into Krispy Kreme. I think I missed the street. Yeah, I missed the street. I'm going this way. I believe Shaq owns this now? Somebody owns this now. I don't even know anymore. So I'm just going to run in here, which means I'm going to end the stream. So it has been nice showing you guys some of Atlanta. I'm going to run in here and get me some donuts, and I will talk to you guys later. Oh, and I also have another plan. I figured out how I want to end my streams, which I can't do right now because I don't have it with me. Maybe I can. Hold on. Let's see. Is it still in here? Might still be up here from yesterday. Nope, I closed the window. Okay, I have an idea of how I'm going to end my streams going forward, but I need to print the information out that I want to use because I can't memorize quotes. So, I hope you guys have a wonderful day. I'm going to go get some donuts, go take care of some cats, and then go home. Bye-bye. Came back in to finish the event because it looks like it didn't end properly. I was trying to go back in to view it and it would not let me. Sorry, I'm eating a donut. That was a good lemon-filled glaze from Krispy Kreme. Nummies. Anyhow, I don't think any of you are going to come back because it's not going to send out a notification. But maybe somebody will come and watch the replay later or stumble across it and get to watch the end of it. I saw you guys were talking about pronunciating. Yeah. Pronouncing, I love making up words, pronouncing another word. And that one is spelled G-Y-R-O. I have a funny story with that word. At one point, I worked in a Greek deli. I was told the second I walked in the door to start training, or he may have even been on when he hired me, I'm not sure. But I was told if I ever pronounce this word in a certain way, I would be fired on the spot because it was his pet peeve. And I get that because, you know, I have my pet peeves. I'm weird with words too. Anyhow, the correct pronunciation is gyro. You roll the R, almost like you would with Spanish, not quite. It's gyro. If I would have pronounced it gyro, or anything like that, I would have been fired on the spot. No questions asked. And no, I never did that. But I did come up with another sandwich that we ended up selling. That was a gyro with chicken. Let's see, it was chicken grilled chicken, cheddar cheese, chicken and cheddar gyro. I don't remember exactly what was in it, but I made the sandwich. We ended up selling it for a while. It was very popular. But I digress. Border Collie! We love Border Collies. Anyway. I'm just going to be crazy. I have one more pet to do, and then I get to go home and do my other job. Hopefully, no craziness has ensued in the Apple world today. Generally, when they send out new things, craziness ensues. Somehow, somewhere, some way. But I love it. I actually like my job. I just have so much going on right now because of the holidays, and it won't be like this after the holidays. And I'll be able to focus on my editing and my video production. Clean my house and wash my dishes. I had a couple days off. Like last weekend I had 3 days off of Apple. I still had clients, but not the only one day I was full with clients. The other 2 days I just had like 1 or 2. But I got so much accomplished. And I think that is the trick. I just need to be down to one job. And I love doing my clients and I love doing Apple, and I'll still continue to do both. I just would love to be down to one job. Then again, that's probably not something I'll ever do. I'll always be doing something. Once, it's just the way I've always been. When I was in high school, I was going to high school. I was leaving early to go to a job at a floral shop. And then after the floral shop, I would go to McDonald's and work. I've always been this way. I just don't sit still. And I went through a small period. I know you guys were talking about it. So I'm going to tack this on to the end of the stream. You guys were talking about it last night on PTV stream. Different things that have happened in your life. And I went through a period of depression. I was homeless, too. Living in a hotel. Not even a year and a half ago. 2017, I had a car accident. It was a hit and run. Guy left the vehicle, took off on foot. Then they reported, because the police officer failed to do his job properly, they were allowed to report the car stolen 2.5 hours later. It was just a big mess, and I never did see anything from it except trouble. I was actually I had the money to move into my own place at that point. Had I not had the money to move into my own place at that point, I wouldn't have had a car or a place to live after the accident. But I had to use my money to extend my stay where I was at. And a year before that, 2 years, a year and a half, 2 years before that, I had been taking some medication to help me sleep because, like Steve from Steve's World, I don't sleep. I just don't. It takes me forever to get to sleep. I have my little steps that I take to be able to go to sleep now that work most of the time. And I never stay asleep for I never sleep longer than 5 or 6 hours. It's about optimum for me. But I was having an issue where I wasn't able to go to sleep at all, and I would wake up every within a couple hours and be wide awake and not be able to go back to sleep, etc. So I wasn't getting any sleep, and the doctor prescribed me Ambien. Ambien made me a zombie, and I did not notice until I could no longer afford to pay the health insurance that allowed me to renew my prescription, because it felt to me like I was doing all this stuff, and I was self-employed, so I was going out and working. When you're self-employed, you have to have a work ethic. You have to go out and work. You have to make yourself. You don't have a clock to punch. This is what you need to go do. And I wasn't, and I didn't realize it, and I ended up not being able to pay my bills, and lots of other things happened along the way. Long story short, I ended up losing my apartment and went to the hotel, was in the hotel for about 3 months and was ready to get out of the hotel when the accident happened. And from there, because I was having to rent a car and do this and do that, and I had a lot of help, and if it wouldn't have been for the help that I had, I don't know where I'd be, and I appreciate everyone that helped me more than they could ever know. But eventually I got out of there, and I'm in where I'm at now, and things are better, knock on wood, they stay that way. And everything happens for a reason. But I started with this story somewhere, and I've lost it. In case y'all haven't figured out, one of the reasons why I call these ramblings is because I have ADHD. That's part of why I can't sleep. You know, I sleep now. I go to sleep. I have my little set thing that allows me to go to sleep. It takes me a couple hours, but I get there. It's my little routine. I do it every night. It involves playing a couple games on the phone, reading. I gotta have the TV on. Something that, if I have the TV on, I'm not really watching it, but my mind can kind of focus on it and go off into dreamland, where my dream world might start out as being part of whatever's on TV. But if I have quiet, then my mind just goes crazy, thinking and running scenarios of this, and oh, what about that, and oh, I need to get up and go do this, and it just, no. So I do that, and I also take a medicine called trazodone, not a full dose, but it is supposed to help me go to sleep, and at first it did. But mostly now what it does is it allows me to stay asleep. Like if I have to get up and go to the bathroom or something, I can go back to bed and go right back to sleep. I don't wake up in 2 hours wide awake, unable to go back to sleep. So that helps. And a good side effect is the trazodone is an antidepressant. And when I started taking it, after a little bit, I noticed my energy came back. Part of it is because, yeah, I'm sleeping now. When you don't sleep, you don't have energy. That's just what happens. But now I have energy to do things and to get things done, and I'm not just lethargic. I'm not a zombie anymore. It's just the Ambien just kind of messed me up long term. A lot of my life changed when I started taking that, and I implore anybody, if you're going to take medication, fully pay attention to the side effects. Let people you know, because they will it chemically changed my brain, and I did not notice. I did not notice what was happening to me. Let the people who are close to you, let someone know what you are doing in case something does change you in that way. Because I didn't notice. That's what kills me about that whole thing, is I did not notice these changes were happening to me. But anyway, I digress. I think I'm all over the place today on different subjects. But I'm almost to my destination. I don't see anybody else in chat. Of course, chat could still be frozen. Who knows? And I need to get some things done. In the next, like I said, after Thanksgiving, I'm going to make a plan, get some videos done, make a plan so I can get my watch hours up, because I am almost to 1,000. I have to make a plan for a giveaway, since I did not do the 500 subscriber giveaway in time. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with all this. We'll see. But I, for now, need to go on walkabout, because I can't park anywhere near the client's house. Anyhow, so I will see you guys later. Until later, have fun. If I don't talk to you before now and then, happy Thanksgiving, although I'm sure I will. Have a good one.